And honestly, if you've already set it up for your student email, no big deal. You can go in, you can change your email account in your Networking Academy profile. So if you need to, 3 semesters from now or 4 semesters from now, you can do that. So either way, whatever your preference is. Did you had a question?
Yeah, Mr.
Panzica?
Panzica. My name's Saya. I'm new in your class.
Hello. Any other questions? Yes.
Do you have any recommended external resources that we could use? Say like, you need a refresher on certain topics. What would you do?
Yeah.
What would you use to kind of refresh or kind of study?
Sorry, one more time. Say that again.
So any other resources? So let's say you're working on, we're studying for an upcoming test and you need a refresher. What kind of resources would you use to like kind of help you with the readings that you're reading? You know, so
Okay.
More than just one.
I'm with you. So the question, especially for those folks that are online that might not have heard the question is, what do we use to study for the test? It's everything is in the book. Everything you will be tested on is in the book that is accessed through Networking Academy. And I'll touch on that a little bit more. Studying for the exams, the best way to do it is, because I'm not gonna provide study guides. There's just too much information. So each of the sub-chapters throughout the book have a check your knowledge kind of thing, so you can go through those. There's also, at the end of every module, there's a knowledge check. I will not go through those questions while we're progressing through the course, because I want you guys to do that yourself, so you can assess yourself against what you've read. So really, you don't need any outside resources. Now, I will send out a link to a site that Lorenzo Clark, who is the program director for networking, or for Cisco networking, that he uses for many of the test questions. Okay, so that can be helpful if you review that site for the various, questions that they have posed there, so you can study up a little bit. Okay. Any other questions before I kind of move on?
How do we study, sir?
How do you study?
Yeah.
You read. Read the chapter. That's it. That's everything. Yes.
Do we need both of the books that you put on the book list?
I'm sorry?
Do we need both of the programs that you put on the book list?
I'm gonna address that here in a moment. So the book selection. So let me back up just a quick moment, because I kind of gave you a little bit about my background. I was originally computer science. I went into the Navy for 4 years as an electronics tech. This is back in 89, when the internet was just opening up, and what was known then as ARPANET was being converted for commercial use as well, so not just military, but military and university access, but also personal access. This is when the advent of dial-up modems and all of that kind of stuff. If you ever saw the Tom Hanks movie, You've Got Mail,
Lab 1.
the modem sound, me, when you use your phone to dial into the internet, all of that kind of stuff, all right? I got out of the military in '93, went back to work for the same command as Federal Civil Service and built networks out in Japan for a few years, and then came back to the mainland and went to work for, at the time, it was Pacific Bell. Pacific Bell was ultimately purchased by Southwestern Bell. And Southwestern Bell ultimately bought AT&T because it was a globally recognized name and adopted the AT&T name. So I retired from AT&T after 24 years back in November of 2021 is when I retired from AT&T. So I've been doing networking for quite some time. As far as teaching is concerned, in my years leading
Hi everyone,
up to
this video walks through completing
moving here in 2019, just before COVID, hallelujah, I moved out of California just before COVID. That was a really, really good thing for me and my family, to be out of California. Prior to that move, I started teaching with California State University, Sacramento. So that's where I started doing teaching. That was part-time. Then I moved here. I took a look around. Gwinnett Tech is basically the 500-pound gorilla when it comes to computer science in the technical college system. So I came here and started doing adjunct work here, so part-time teaching here. And I went full-time last year. So I've been teaching here at Gwinnett Tech for about, I don't know, five or 6 years. For those of you, by the way, who have not been out of Georgia, let me just say, having been many places in the world and in the United States, the grass is not always greener on the other side, okay? Even my youngest two daughters who moved with us, my older daughter was in the Air Force already, she had already moved to San Antonio, but my youngest two daughters came with me. Even they recognized the fact that they would never go back to California. So, I know it's hard to believe that Georgia might not be the best place to live, but hey, Georgia's got a lot to offer in my book, and I've been a lot of places. So, yeah, definitely glad to be here in Georgia. Love the Atlanta area. Everything was cheaper except my car insurance. Yeah, I-85 sucks. So yeah, we all know this. But yeah, that's me. That's my background. Let's talk access, right? What are we doing for this class?
To learn.
You log into Blackboard, right? One of the first things you see, you might have to go through some start here stuff. So your view might look different than mine. Bear with me for 1 second.
Sure.
So you have to go through some the no-show activities and things like that. There's a course syllabus for you to review. You go through the technology requirements. There's your no-show assignment. And once you go through those, then you have access to lessons. Once the lessons folder opens, then you can click on the Cisco Networking Academy enrollment link. All right, let me take you to that. You click on it. It takes you to this page. Notice what it says. It's got the title of the class right there, Fall 2026 CCNA Intro to Networks. Okay? might be tempted up in the top right to click sign up or log in. Don't. Okay? Don't do that. You want to click the get started, because if you click up here, now it may work for you, it may not, but usually if you click over here, either one of these, it forgets what you were trying to do. What you're trying to do is get started in the course link that I've provided you, okay? So you click get started, and then you can sign up, okay? Everybody follow me? How many people have already got access? Show me, yes, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, okay, yeah, so some folks, so you already see the course when you log in, right? You log in with your, and that's like the one course that you have there? Okay, all right.
Where do we
So,
go?
I almost would rather just pause here and have everybody do it right now.
Here?
So, can we do that right now? You guys have access to Blackboard, you're good?
Yes, sir. And Mr.
Panzica.
Panzica, how do we do the lab 1?
No, we're not there yet, you're jumping ahead. No jumping ahead. Just bear with me. We'll
Yes,
get
sir.
there. I need to take everybody through the login process first, okay?
Yes, sir. Can you please come over here and show me how I'm supposed to do it?
Do what?
Go to the Cisco website.
Yeah, so let me show you again. Blackboard,
Okay.
okay? And then go through your start here.
Oh my God.
Go through your no-show assignment.
I
That
did.
opens up your lessons folder.
Oh, I did that already. I did already.
Okay. So when you open your lessons folder, so has everybody, let me just stop right there. Has everybody completed their no-show yet?
I did already.
And let me do it the reverse. Has anybody not? Okay, so everybody's good. So everybody can everybody see the Cisco enrollment link? Anybody not see this? You can't see it?
No.
Okay, if you go to can you see the lessons folder?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you click on lessons folder, do you see this?
Yes.
Okay. And then, do you see this?
Yes, sir.
Can you click on it?
I did.
Okay. So when you click on the Cisco Networking Academy enrollment link, it takes you here. Is there anybody that hasn't made it to this part?
I have not done this before.
Well, most people haven't, right? So, have you made it to this point? You
I'm.
click on the enrollment link.
Yes, I'm already on the.
So you're on this page?
Yeah, it shows introduction to the question of my knowledge check and the.
So you're already in?
Yes.
Okay, so you're already logged into the course. So
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? Has anybody not made it to this section? Okay. Well, I'm going to log in as myself. So yours should look, it's not gonna look exactly like mine. But if you go to My Classes, okay, you should have Fall 2026, Intro to Networks. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
Does anybody not have that? Not yet?
Not yet, so it's still saying yeah.
Getting there? Okay. I'll wait. Question is, if you go to My Classes right now, or actually, yours probably says My Learning. If you click on My Learning, you should have a Fall 2026 CCNA Introduction to Networks. Okay. If you click on that course, it takes you to this. All right, that is the outline of the course. Almost there? Yeah. Let me know when you're ready. So this outline is basically a view of the content for this course. If you see this icon right here, notice it looks like a book. That's because it is the book. So when you go to the bookstore and say, what textbooks are required for this class, it, I think, gives you two, right? One is called Companion, blah, 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 something Companion Guide. And one is the Lab, something or another. So the announcement that I sent out to you guys was, I recommend you get a hard copy if you intend to go to the certification program, because in 3 semesters from now, you're not gonna remember everything. If you're like me, you purge half the stuff you learn every semester, right? To make room for the next semester. And you won't have access to the book after this semester. This is verbatim the companion guide. All right, this is an e-copy of that book. So if you don't have any intent of going through certification, you don't have to buy a book. You already have the book. It's right here, okay? And literally, it is verbatim, word for word, the hard copy of the book. You get the hard copy of the book, you open it up to, chapter 3, module 3, and it's gonna be exactly the same. Okay, the only thing that's different is in this electronic version, we have some animations and things like that that obviously you can't do in a hard copy, right? So the question is, which textbooks do I need to buy? The answer honestly is none. You don't have to buy any. Do I recommend buying the companion guide for this course? Yes, if you intend to get a certification at the end of 3 semesters. Yes, I do. But you don't need to. The lab guide, forget about it. My personal opinion, waste of $80. All right, so don't do it. Any other questions so far? You good?
No, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
You're good? Okay.
So what should we do next?
Bear with me. We're getting there. All right. So, anybody not have access to Networking Academy now? Okay, this is good. So now you know where the book is, right? There's something else that I want you to do. Did I send out the announcement with Packet Tracer? Oh, I did. Good deal. Yes.
Is there a specific volume for?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Where's a specific volume meeting for this computer?
Yes, it's right
It's
there.
right there.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh, thank you.
So a word on labs. You'll notice that in that chapter outline, you know what, let me hit that real quick. Course schedule, right? If I click on the course outline, that's my PDF one-pager. That is everything having to do with this course. Notice in bold, first week, top right, late lab assignments cannot be accepted. Okay? So, Lorenzo, the program director, likes to have consistency across the program. There are multiple instructors for the Cisco courses, but one rule holds true across all the courses: no late labs. So once you do the no-show assignment, the entire course opens up to you. All right, so technically speaking, you could go in and do every single lab this week and be done with all of your labs. Therefore, the "my dog ate my computer" excuse does not work. Okay? Please don't come to me and say, hey, I was sick the night before, I couldn't do it. My answer is, don't procrastinate, right? I see countless times where people go, oh my gosh, it's 10:30 at night, my lab is due in an hour and a half. Okay? You submit, but you hit submit like at 12:30 a.m. and it's late. Okay? Please don't be late with your labs. Packet Tracer is how we do those labs. Packet Tracer is how we do those labs. Okay? Packet Tracer requires some getting used to. So there's a course that you need to do this week, right? If you're overwhelmed this week, it can push into next week, but don't wait longer than that, because you're going to start having labs due, and you need to know how to work in Packet Tracer. It's an easy one. It's 2 hours long. It'll get you used to it, and the best way to get there, honestly, did he put a link? He may have put a link in. Let's see. So if I go to Cisco Networking Academy and I click in the upper left corner and I say, right here, getting started with packet tracer. Not a PDF. Where in the world? Learner. Sorry. Mine.
So what are we doing, Mr. Panenzki?
Cisco Packet Tracer. There it is, right there. See that? This is how I got there. Explore, bottom right or bottom left, Cisco Packet Tracer. I click there, and the first item, right there, getting started with Cisco Packet Tracer. It's a 2-hour class. You just self-enroll and you go through it. Okay? So make sure you do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
I think I've done this before.
I will take you through a lab submission next week. Okay, because you don't have any labs due yet, so we'll go through that next week. How to submit a lab, how to grab the lab, open it up, do the lab, that kind of thing. So we'll take a look at that next week. Did you have a question still?
Yeah, we only need packet tracer, right? On the link you sent us, it said to download packet tracer, and under that, they have like virtual machines and stuff. We don't need anything other than packet tracer, right?
Just packet tracing. Yep, just packet tracing, yes.
Sir, should we do the introduction to networks on the Cisco now?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Should we do the introduction to networks on the Cisco Network Academy now?
That's the course that we're going to go through.
Okay.
So for the next 16 weeks, that's what we're gonna be doing,
Yes, sir.
okay?
And how do we do
Yes.
the assignments?
I'm gonna get there, okay? Yes.
Do you know if packet tracer is like synced with all devices? So let's say if I download packet tracer on this device, would I be able to continue with my desktop?
So you can, there are multiple versions of Packet Tracer that can be run on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows, and it is a file. So you can take that file, you can move that file from device to device. If you open up a Packet Tracer file and you start a lab, you can save it and then move it to another device and open it on another device. So, does that answer your question?
So packet tracer is a virtual machine?
Packet Tracer you can install on however many machines you want. It's not licensed software. Is that your question? Okay.
Yeah,
What-
it does. Yeah.
Answer? Good? Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's just a file. The actual lab is just a file, .pka file. And so you use Packet Tracer to open up the file. You can save the file anytime you want, and you can move that file wherever, you can store that file wherever you want. You can open it up with whatever device you want to. As long as you have Packet Tracer installed on that device, you can run it. Not mobile friendly. You will not find a Packet Tracer version that runs on iOS or Android. Again, we'll take a closer look at lab submissions next week. So, we will start every class by looking at the outline. The outline has all of your due dates, right? So the first 7, notice in the orange/yellow, there's discussion questions. Okay, so there's a series of questions due each week in discussion groups in the discussion forum in Blackboard. Okay, so this course is split between Blackboard and Networking Academy. Most everything is done in Blackboard. The only thing that we actually use Networking Academy for is the book. Okay? That includes the exams. The exams are in Blackboard. Do not try to do the exams in Networking Academy. That's not where we grade the exams, okay? The exams are in Blackboard. So, this is our orientation day, right? We're in week 1. We've got some discussion questions. Now it says week 1 discussion questions. Those week 1 questions are due next week. Okay, so don't get too confused, because usually what it shows is it shows the following week's assignment, right? No-show assignment due next week, August 24th. Lab 1 due September 2nd, and so on. Okay? Notice it's Wednesday, right? Wednesday. See the pattern? If it is Wednesday, 10 p.m., and you haven't done something for this class, you should get nervous, okay? Because Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. is the deadline for everything, always. So if there's something due that week, it's gonna be on Wednesday. All right, makes it easier for you. Okay, 11:59 p.m. Wednesdays. All right, you can check your calendar too, right? Blackboard has a calendar. So if you go to your calendar, it'll show you what's due when, due dates, right? Exam 1, September 9th. Lab 2, week 4 discussion questions, and so on, all right? That's the easy way to view it. Go to your calendar. I'm gonna stop here. Any questions so far on due dates, anything like that? Yes?
Sorry, in the little late, for the, Network Academy, do we just sign up with our normal information and it's a specific
I'll help you after, okay? Okay, any other questions? All right. Going back to content. Take a quick look at the syllabus. I'm not gonna read the whole stinking syllabus to you. You guys can read the syllabus to yourselves, but I do wanna take a quick hit on it.
Do we need an access code for the assignment, sir?
No. No access code is required for the assignments.
Great, good.
So these are this is what we're going to be going through in this course. Protocols and models, physical layer, number systems, data link layer, Ethernet switching. All of this stuff is going to be, there's a lot of information in this first course that will give you an excellent base of knowledge for understanding networking. Again, since it seems everybody is cybersecurity, if you don't know network, good luck being a cybersecurity specialist. You have to understand. I suppose if you focus only on host security, even then, you need to know network. You need to know how a device operates on the network. You need to know how protocols work. It is critical to understand networking in cybersecurity. So, typical grading system, right? A through F. Here's the course weights. All right. This is the breakdown for the course. Notice that the final exam is worth 10% of your grade. This thing that we call the skills-based exam is also worth 10% of your grade. This is the end of the class. And the skills-based exam is basically just another lab. It's another packet tracer activity, is what it is. That is the one activity that actually is spawned from within Networking Academy. So it'll be a little different. I have a little video to help you get through there, but that's 15 weeks from now, so we don't have to worry about that right now, okay? Midterm exam, 10%. We got the mandatory labs. Now take a look. The labs are worth 40% of your grade. For you guys, that should put a great big smile on your face, and here's why. Bear with me. A lab is a file that we do in Packet Tracer. Not all, some of them are, there's a couple of them that aren't Packet Tracer activities, but the bottom line is, there is no reason for you to not get 100% on every single lab. That's a full 40% of your grade points right there, just in labs. Why? Because you can do a packet tracer activity over and over and over again until you get full points. Okay? So don't let go of that one, right? That's good. Sure, it takes time to do a lab, but it's an easy A for that assignment, because you can keep doing it until you get an A for that assignment, right? Until you get 100%. The contrary is, if you submit it late, you got a 0, and it hits your grade hard. So again, do your labs. Don't procrastinate, and get your lab in, and get the easy 40% in the class, right? This is an easy A that you can get 40% of your overall grade in, okay? Please don't procrastinate on your labs. Yes?
How are the labs graded? Are you reviewing each individual file submitted by us and then?
It's a good question. I will address that question. How are the labs graded? Next week when I show it to you, okay? All right, yes.
And how do we do the labs?
We're gonna address how to do the labs and how to submit the labs next week, okay? next week, because we don't have anything due yet. So, no problem there, right? So I'm gonna set you guys up for how to do the labs next week, okay? But, in the meantime, you need to go through that getting started with Packet Tracer course. It's critical, okay? You need to understand how to use Packet Tracer. Alright? Midterm exam, anybody not taking, has anybody not taken an exam using the oh so fun Respondus lockdown browser? Good, so everybody's dealt with that fun before, right? Alright. Totally grievous piece of software, but it's necessary. The midterm and the final exam, Respondus lockdown browser, okay? Every semester, I have to zero somebody's score because they're doing something stupid. Like reading the question out loud to ChatGPT and then looking over at their phone. You understand that that is obvious what is happening, right? When you do that, please don't do that, okay? If you are looking at the screen and reading the question and then looking at something down in your lap, it's pretty clear that you're using another device during your exam. Please don't do that, okay? Don't make me zero your exam. Yes?
And how do we get the words studying on so we can pass the exam?
Say that again?
How do we get the words so we get studying on in order to pass the exam?
Ask that question again.
How do we get the words on the find to read and practice them so that way we can study for the exam to pass?
We study the exam by reading the chapter and going through the check knowledge questions and the module knowledge check questions at the end of each chapter.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Again, gotta say it. You need to read this book, for better or for worse, from front page to back cover. Alright? Any other questions on the course weighting, any of this stuff? Okay. Oh yeah, attendance. Look, I get it. Many of you probably work. Gwinnett Tech actually has a policy such that attendance is not mandatory in any class, unless you're in like a nursing program where there's a state mandated number of hours you've got to be in class or something like that. That's not true for computer science, okay? So you could literally not show up for the rest of the semester. It's your choice. If you have to leave because you have to work, I get it. If you come in late, I understand. Life happens, flat tires happens, traffic on I-85 happens, I get it. You don't have to explain it to me, you don't have to send me an email and say, hey Mike, I'm not gonna make it this week. It's okay. It's not that I don't care, it's just simply, it's okay. It's all right, I get it. We're recording every class. I would suggest if you miss a class, that you watch the recording, right? Especially this first week, but you guys are here anyway, so it doesn't matter for you. Dual purpose on the recording, right? You can jump back and review a particular area that I might have gone over and you thought you grasped, but then realized later that you want to review it again. So you have the opportunity to do so. Alright? But again, don't feel like you need to justify the reason that you weren't in last week, because you don't, all right? Attendance is not mandatory. That said, teaching to an empty classroom kind of sucks. So at least a couple of you guys can show up at a rate. So yeah, computer requirements, obviously, your computer science, if you don't have a computer at your disposal, we got computers, but you understand that you're gonna need to have access to a computer, right, to complete this course. As far as academic integrity, this stuff has been hammered into you, right? Plagiarism, all that kind of stuff. My short one on that is just be nice to everybody, treat everybody with respect, right? These are the things that we do in life, right? They go through, you have rights as a student, if you, oh, by the way, so, am I perfect? No, right? None of us are. If I have done something that makes you unhappy, come tell me, right? And if you're not comfortable with telling me, then go tell Lorenzo, right? So I can correct whatever it is that I've done wrong, right? Because trust me, I want to make this a good place for you to learn, and I do truly want you to do well in the class, right? It's my goal to use whatever experience and knowledge I have from prior years to help you understand this material for this class. That's it. That's my goal. All right? Yeah. So that's the syllabus. I can't think. Can't think of anything else that we should address today, that we need to address today. Anybody have any more questions for me before we call it a day? No? Okay, all right, yes?
So what is, what we're using, like the Meta, networking academy, is that pretty much like how we're using versus?
I lost the last part after networking academy.
Oh, I was just saying, like, as far as like this being like, networking academy, I was gonna say, this being our main, access that we're doing our lab area work through.
Ask that again.
Like, with the networking academy, is that like how we access every lab?
All of the labs are in Blackboard. Networking Academy, basically the only thing we are using Networking Academy for is the book. That's it. That's it. There's some animations and stuff like that we'll go through, but all of your assignments are in Blackboard. And the labs are presented as a file that you download and open with Packet Tracer, which we will go through next week. Okay? Any other questions?
Yes, sir. How do we complete the lab assignments?
We're gonna go through the lab assignments next week,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
No,
You sure?
yeah, it was
Okay,
a relevant
And,
question.
all right.
and what other words do we need to use to learn to study on so we can pass the exams?
Those are the knowledge check questions at the end of each chapter
How do we get access to the chapters?
in Networking Academy. You have the book open, right? When you go to when you go to Networking Academy and you log into Networking Academy, you have the book, right here. So when you go to my classes, well, yours is my learning, right? And you have this course, and it looks like this. You can click right here, or you can just click right here, either one. It takes you to the book. This is the book, Module 1. Right, and at the end of the modules and down at the last part of each chapter, notice where I've got it highlighted down at the bottom. Module 1, practice and quiz.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you very much.
any others?
No, we're good here.
Okay. That'll do it. We'll see you next week.